Welcome back. You're listening to The Secrets of Success. My name is Bill Horan, and today we're speaking with Dr. Camilo Cruz, author of Once Upon a Cow. Dr. Cruz, beginning the second part of the show, you have a great story in the book about an older lady, I think, who came up to you at one of your seminars.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is not this is, I guess it's part of how cows become cows, how excuses get to the point of taking control of our lives. They never, I always tell people if excuses, if bad habits, if the true enemies of success, mediocrity, was a monster that was, 20 feet tall and was green, it will be easy for us to see it, to spot it, and avoid it. But the fact is that excuses just come into our life very subtle, without us even noticing it. And when we notice it, they're already taking hold of our lives. And this lady had come to me because she was desperate that she had been looking for a job and everybody had rejected it. That it was, of course, because she was too old already. She should have known that. I'm too old. Nobody likes an old lady. Nobody's going to hire an old person. My knowledge is obsolete. She went on and on and on. And I asked her, well, let me ask you a question. How many rejections have you gotten? And she said, 2. I said, that's it? That's it, 2? You're basing all of this on 2 rejections? I said, look, do me a favor. Go out and get 100 rejections. When you get 100, then we'll determine what to do because something needs to be changed. But not before that. Don't make this generalization based on 2 rejections. Sure, she went on, and sometime later she was in another one of my seminars, and without me even pointing to her or anything, she came right in front to me before I started speaking, and she said 2. It only took 2 more visits, 2 more times sending my resume, 2 more interviews before I got a job. And I said, you see? So and the message is clear, we cannot allow these little things to become, to control of our lives and tell us what we are and who we are or what we are to do.
Dr. Cruz, we should ask you, the book Once Upon a Cow, where can we get that book?
The book can be found in all bookstores, all bookstores, either online or your neighborhood bookstore. They can be found everywhere.
And you tell me there's a website?
Yes, actually we have a website, and it's onceuponacow.com.
And that's easy enough to remember, right?
We'll find, where we're going to have book signings and a little more information about the book and about myself, and of course where the book can be found.
And I think especially in these times when it's so easy for people to say, oh, look, Joe didn't get a job and he went to this college, he went to this school, or Shirley didn't get it. It's easy for us to buy out of trying, and each time we give up, just like this lady, it took only 1 or 2 more attempts, and she got the job, and I think you said she came up to you, she was very happy with it. How close we might be, but we're giving up, we're rationalizing, we're making excuses because we don't want to be embarrassed. And the whole time while we were doing this, I would imagine the people we're saying it to, just like your friends and mine, as they give you so many excuses, oh, nobody likes me because I'm this religion, I'm this age, I'm this nationality, and we look at them and say, no, it's not. It's just because you're not a good worker.
And I tell you, it's interesting because in a time like the one we're facing now, where it's impossible to go and turn the radio or watch a television show or read a newspaper without finding about another victim of the crisis. And now everything is because of the crisis. I mean, you're overweight is the crisis. You're doing better in school, the crisis. Your relationship is not where you wanted, the economic crisis. We blame everything on anything that we can think of. And that is precisely what the book is all about. It's about telling people, hey, look, the first step towards achieving success And by that I mean towards living the life that you truly want, that truly deserve, to being happy and satisfied with the goals and dreams that you're achieving, is you must accept full responsibility for your success. You cannot sit and say, I wish I could accomplish this, but my wife doesn't support me. My parents didn't have the vision to send me to school. The president is not doing enough. My boss does not recognize my talent. My friends do not support me. In other words, you cannot just stand here and point to everyone looking for the guilty party. You have to accept responsibility for your success.
And I think you said in the book, there are realists out there. They'll say, well, why are you trying that? How many people can hit 10 home runs? How many people can make the major leagues or be a professional dancer? But also, realists have very low expectations. They're basically low average.
Oh, it's always. I have never met a realist that said, let's be realistic. We can do a heck of a lot more. No. It's always lower. They always lower the expectations. The realists never say, that number is wrong. We can achieve more. It's always less. So that's why I don't buy into this cow of the I'm just being realistic, because I always found out that it's just a disguised form of pessimism to justify beforehand poor showing. So you kind of, you do that and you say something like that, and then you didn't do very good at the end. You say, well, I told you. I knew it was going to happen. So you kind of like wash your hands beforehand.
And I think a lot of people listening to the show, and I know myself after reading the book, I realized I do this. We justify right after we do something, I took a chance, but I'm not going to win. I put in my entry in my photography, but I'm not going to win it. So we're already cushioning, preparing to lose, and we have just as good a chance as anybody.
Most definitely, absolutely, and that is the thing, that unless we accept full responsibility for our success, unless we're willing to take a chance and willing to live with those results, and understand that a life of success does not mean a life free of failures, because failure is just an event. Failure, I remember, and I don't know if I think I did mention this in a book. I said failure is not important unless it's the last time you're going to try. Then it's not only important, but it's definite. But if it's not the last time you're going to try, well, that's it. Then don't worry about it. Just learn from that failure, get up, and start all over again. And actually, it's not even starting all over again. Start from where you learn. And that is the advantage of being able to take those risks and take those chances.
And I think a fun challenge to our audience would be, after hearing this show, or if you go out and get Dr. Cruz's book, Once Upon a Cow, Eliminating Excuses and Settling for Nothing But Success, just listen during the day how many times someone uses one of these rationalizations, uses an excuse, wants to be merely average and will settle for that. And even yourself and myself, how often do you do that? You probably start a checklist. Oh, my gosh, this is 18 times today I've heard it, and I probably missed a few. You'll be shocked, and maybe that's why we're not as successful as we want to be.
What's interesting, Bill, is that people ask me, so how does it feel to live a life, a cow-free existence? I say, I don't know. I'm still killing cows on a daily basis, because you have to, they will sneak through if you don't pay attention. So you always, I don't know. I cannot say that this is human nature, but obviously you're hesitant every time you're facing something new.
We want to thank you, Dr. Cruz, so much for being with us. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but the book is called Once Upon a Cow by our guest, Dr. Camilo Cruz, C-R-U-Z. And once again, that website
is onceuponacow.com, and thanks for the invitation.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope we have a lot of people visiting it, and it'll make all our lives a lot better. Dr. Cruz, thanks for being with us today. We'd like to remind our audience, if you'd like to receive a CD copy of today's broadcast, you can send a check or money order for